So there are different ways to create speed in a golf swing, and you can use different body parts, and it depends. A lot of it depends on, it's not that you're using different forces so much as you're using them at different times. So what used to be the more typical swing, and I wouldn't even do that with this trainer, but was to go, this would be toe up to toe up. So people used to play more this way. And this works. It adds more rotation than I think is necessary into the club head. And I don't think you get a lot out of doing that. I think going this way and this way is just as effective and has, the face never leaves squareness to the path. So I think that's advantageous. But there's that method. And then there's how and when you release the club. So if you just swing your trainer, you feel very obviously it pulls this arm when it releases, because as this flips, this handle moves below this one, and so you get a pull in this arm, and the natural place that happens is right in the middle of your swing. So just as the first thing, even in the most basic swing, you want to learn to move that a little bit forward. So you can feel that. I've moved it a little bit forward now. And now swinging a club, here we go. So now swinging a club, I can move that a little bit forward too. So sort of feeling like it squares up right there. And this is sort of a down the line pattern where you release basically down the line like that. So I'll show you a little one here. So what makes the club release is that the hands have gone to their maximum acceleration, and then they have started to slow down. As soon as the hands slow down a little bit, the club head goes. So you can work with that to create speed by coming in fast, installing the hands, and you can time that, and some players play that way, and you can produce a lot of speed. But the other way to do it, which is now becoming more common, is to not use as much of this to create speed in your swing as to use the speed of your body as a whole and let this be more stable. And so that releasing pattern, you can see you can't do that kind of release without rolling the club face. But if I am rotating really fast through the ball, you can see that the club face just stays with the plane of my swing, right? So how do you get the feeling for that? Well, this would be the one version. I feel where it releases. Now get your trainer and find a way to move where there is no one dramatic moment. So, and also find a way to move where the strongest pull on you. So you'll feel a gradual increasing pull against your body, and find a way to move that, not just a momentary pull, but a gradually accelerating force that peaks out here and then diminishes. So just work with your trainer, and you can feel how you can smooth out your acceleration. And get the feeling for that. And now with the club, feel that same thing. It's going to be much more subtle because the club doesn't weigh so much, but it's the same feeling of now there's no moment where your hands are stalling to speed up the club. You're just moving everything through the ball. So I'll show you what that looks like, and it's best to start with a very partial swing here. So that was not well struck. We'll try that again. Missed that one. So, and you might too. So the reason you will is if you're used to doing this and stalling, and now you keep moving, the club's going to be a little higher. So you have to get a little lower. There it was. So I got myself down to the ball there, and I just rotated very smoothly through it. So there was no single moment where the club head pulled hard on me. I'll show you another one. I'm going to try to do it even slower, so it should feel like you're just passing this very evenly through the ball, almost indifferent to the ball. There was a very nice partial in there. So that's the feeling you want. When you feel like there is no moment where your club is doing anything different all through this hitting area, that's the feeling you want to go for. And now, how do you create speed? Well, so now you don't have this stall and acceleration thing to create speed. So what you need to do is learn to, so you leave this part of it relatively the same, but then you learn to accelerate your hips faster and faster. But you need to do it not here. You need to leave everything alone and accelerate really from here forward. So feel like you start accelerating everything when you're right about almost into the ball. So it should feel like you're getting close, and then you accelerate everything. So there it was. And I think when you get a feeling for this, what you'll like is that it keeps the club face much more stable, much easier to hit straight shots, assuming you line up properly. And the subtlety of draws and fades is just a very subtle relationship, not a timing of opening and closing the face, just controlling a subtle relationship of how the face is moving through impact. So I just move that same thing with a slightly open face. This is the theory anyway. Missed one. I've been told I need to get a new launch monitor, which is probably true. That this one does misread several often. So see if that one goes. There it is. A little baby fade, right? So, and as you work with this, it's just a different way to produce speed than most people are used to, and you have to just get faster and faster and faster with your rotation, and you also have to not use your rotation early. So if I use my rotation early, I can't do this. The only way I can do this is if I feel like I haven't really rotated anything, is the feeling, until I'm like, it feels, not really, it won't be true, but feels like it's here, and then I rotate everything through. So one more time. And when you get it, it feels cool, you'll like it. So give that a try.